Well, hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. Where are we? That's what you're wondering. Well, feast your eyes and digest. This is the downtown Paphos Airport, an international airport which you can fly into from most European destinations and of course from many airports in the UK. So this is where you're going to arrive. This is where the buses will be parked across the road on the right hand side. As you can see, there's some TUI girls over there, and there's an idiot in a hire car that doesn't want to wait for these taxis that's picking people up. But there we go. There's a few coming into town, obviously, because these are all the TUI buses parked up. So there's a plane due. All the taxi ranks are full, so they're going to whisk you away to the airports. But a word of warning, just one little word of warning. Obviously, if you're with Jet2, there's a bus of theirs there, or TUI, or some other pre-arranged, well, departure to your hotel. You know the price is fixed and you've already paid for it. But if you're going to get into one of those taxis, now I'm not saying that they're all crooks, but there is one or two of them that are. So they're not going to flick the meter on. Don't be thinking that you're going to get in the taxi and the meter's going to get flicked on, because that's not what's going to happen. So please agree the fare as you are getting into the taxi. Make it very clear where you are going and that they understand it, and then agree the price before you leave the airport. Otherwise, when you arrive at your destination, you are going to face a bill of 60, 70, 80, 100 euros. And of course, if you don't want to pay it, they're going to say they're going to phone the police. Now, if that case does happen, by the way, let them phone the police, or in fact, you phone the police yourself, because we understand that they're not actually going to phone the police. Anyway, on a lighter note, this is the descent from Paphos Airport, and we're going to take you on that journey and give you some of the landmarks and some of the bits and bobs along the way. Now, in a moment, I am going to scare the living daylights out of someone who just happens to be riding in the cockpit, my co-pilot. I wonder who it could possibly be. Think upon that for a second or two. And here we go.
Hello everybody, how nice to see you again and again.
And again. Where are we off to, Gracievi?
We are off to Paphos direction from the Paphos Airport. And Paphos Airport has changed. It's like I haven't been here for ages. What's going on with me? My orientation gone even more cuckoo.
Even more cuckoo. No, when Gracievi LaBouffe normally travels abroad, she goes from Larnaca Airport, because normally she's going to Tbilisi. There we
yes,
are. Ooh, the penny's just dropped. She thought that the airport had changed in the last 3 or 4 months since she went away. There we go.
Dear.
That's Paphos, so you normally go through Larnaca.
It's going even more bad than I thought.
There we are. Right. All she ever understands is, if you understand me, she's got a great memory for clothes shops, a great memory for items in every shop on the planet, by the way, and she understands to get her hands into either my pocket or someone else's pocket. You know, if your name is Lord Simon Payne, well, you're in trouble. If your name is Lord Jeremy Payne, you're in trouble.
Yes, but I have never done. They didn't take me for the shopping. No,
but they have mentioned in the comments that they got off lightly.
But to mention and to do is two different things.
Yes, well, when they come back in November, boys, we're going to scare the living daylights out of you.
And you know what, Jeremy and Simon, I would like to tell you that it's all joke. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, we are? No joke this time. No joke this time. Straight to the Paphos Mall. Okay. I'll pick you up from the airport, straight to the Paphos Mall. Don't bother with a booking in the hotel.
Don't scare
You'll have no money left.
Don't scare the boys.
There we are. So this is the descent past the army camp coming up on the left hand side. So as you understand, Paphos Airport is a pretty safe airport because there's a big army camp right next door to it. So if you're fancying doing a little bit of old terrorism, well, perhaps you're going to have a bit of a mosey on down with them first. Now this road we're on now, again, whichever way you're going, you know, perhaps if you've stolen a car, borrowed a car, or rented a car, or just happened to have been given a car, you never know, please be very careful, because the traffic coming both ways. They're either in a hurry to get you to your hotel, or perhaps you're in a hurry to get to that airport because you're late. So quite often the traffic is travelling at a fair lick, and they don't tend to be looking in front of each other, and that applies to whoever's driving the car, by the way, whether it's a local, an expat, or a foreigner, should we say. people are always in a hurry to get to an airport, aren't they? So please be very, very careful indeed. Now, let's go and have a look what is actually going on in the Breakfast Club, because we understand that there are 3 girls, 3 superstars, 3 dolly birds in charge of the Marie Curie Lounge, and of course they are Miss Vivian, the biggest dolly bird of them all, and of course the superstar known as Miss Nessie, who, when she's not in our little cafeteria, she's moonlighting in other ones in and around Shropshire, and of course she's moonlighting with her partner in crime, Mr. Andy. So go and have a look at their YouTube channel, Ness and Andy's UK Travels. Pop that in the search bar, and while you're at it, why not pop in Andrea and Mart and go and have a look at their channel and see them whizzing around the lanes in Norfolk.
Me? What?
Norfolk.
Again you're swearing.
I'm not swearing, that's what the area is called, Norfolk.
It should be recalled, by the way.
It should be
Otherwise,
recalled.
If the person like me go there, will understand that I am really, really nutcase. Nutcase?
Well, we could go to Suffolk as well if you want.
And yes, I would say in my way, and then the people would say, why are you swearing? But I don't. You know, I've got one question. Who is of these 3 girls are cooking not cooking, it's not sausages, baking the best cheesecake? Please tell me, because I'm crazy of the cheesecake.
The rumour has it that it's Miss Vivian.
Rumour?
The rumour.
What is
It's
rumour?
like a whisper.
Whispering in the air?
In the ear, yeah.
Okay.
So the rumour has it that all the cakes are made by Miss Vivian.
Really?
And you've got Princess Darlie that says that the blueberry cheesecake muffins are just to die
don't
for.
talk about now. I love blueberry
Blueberry
cheesecake.
Yes,
The
it is the
blueberry.
best.
But you know, there is a cherry cake cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake on the topping, and blueberry and blackberry,
Yes,
and
there is.
Burberry.
Yeah. I once had an
Oh,
orange
actually
flavour.
now I've gone to the clothes shop, Burberry. I
Yes,
say.
Burberry, though. I should got shopping on the brain. I actually had an orange cheesecake once. There was orange on top. I only ever had it once, and it was delicious. It
But
really,
you
really
know
was.
that the original cheesecake should be with cherry.
I think the most popular
Yeah.
one, isn't it? The most famous one is with cherries. But to me, the New York style plain vanilla flavoured cheesecake is the best. And I've sampled Miss Vivian's, and wow, it's again to die
Cherry,
for.
cherry
She's a
lady.
great
You know?
cook, that's for sure.
You know, cherry, cherry lady. La,
I've
la,
not
la,
heard
la,
that song.
la,
Perhaps
la.
it exists. I don't
Modern
know.
talking, modern talking.
Is it? Right, okay.
Wow.
That's a band
Thomas
from the 80s.
Anderson.
Who?
Thomas Anderson.
Who's he?
It's the man with lovely hair.
Right.
Very smart and nice. Thomas Anderson.
So when something's good, we'll say Thomas Anderson then. And when
No,
something's
when
bad,
something
we'll say
like a
Sherlock
man
Holmes.
good, I say Alain Delon. My imagination, well, at least in the country where I lived and grew up, we used to say, what do you think? Are you an Alain Delon or what? It looks like, what sort of opinion you've got on your own self? Do you think, as like I was telling to somebody many years ago actually, what do you think are you? Prince of all my life. When I wanted to show somebody that you're not Prince Elsky and you're not gonna talk with me like that, because you're not Prince Elsky. You see how lucky I was, people. My Prince Elsky came. The only thing was missing, the white horse. He would be sitting on that white horse and brought happiness to me.
Well, I used to have a white cat.
Horse. you couldn't sit on that cat, Mr.
Well,
Paul.
I don't know, he was quite a big cat.
Come on now.
He was quite a big cat. His name was
that big
Bimbo.
that you could sit on him and
Well,
ride.
all right, he wasn't that big, but I was a lot smaller then because it was when I was a young
You know?
boy.
Yeah.
So probably I could have ridden him. He wouldn't
Yeah.
mind it.
You know, every girl, as we say, every girl has dream. It's the prince on the white horse. It's like a fortune. Yeah, she waits. Every princess waiting for her prince on the white horse. This is what we say. This all comes from fairy tales and from the tales that mommy and grannies telling to her, you see. And all the dream of every girl, little girl, is a prince that will come one day with a white horse and tell her, be my wife forever.
What about a prince
I'm
in
gonna
a
cry.
black S-Class?
Huh?
What about a prince in a black S-Class? I am Prince Welsky. I'm from
I'm
Wales.
afraid you have a black S-Class,
Mhm.
but I don't mind any color would be S-Class, I wouldn't mind, Mr. Paul.
I think it's best in black.
It's best in
Very difficult to keep clean, but it is the best colour.
Yeah, it is the best colour. I must say that it's more shiny to the certain model, isn't it? But if I had a Rolls Royce, I would choose white.
Right, so on that note, if you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe. Why not come back for a little bit more of our madness? And if you want to fund the channel and get us a Rolls Royce in white, why not go through to our About page, where of course you'll find the Buy Me a Coffee icon. And remember, we're looking for a Rolls Royce now, so don't forget to hit it at least once or twice, or possibly even half a dozen times, because that thing is going to guzzle benzene, which of course is liquid petrol, as if it's going out of fashion. And if you want us to continue to make these videos, especially for you, well, you know what you do. So we're going to start our descent now towards the hotel roads. The signpost there says Cato Paphos to the left, and that's where most people that are coming into Paphos International Airport are going to hang out for a week or a month or so. So this is the purpose-built road that was constructed, it's a few years ago now, isn't it? 5 or 6 years ago. And the plan, of course, as time goes on, is to build villas and apartment blocks all the way along here. But it's a purpose-built road that bypasses Paphos town and takes you straight down towards the area known as Ieroskipu Municipality Beach, which of course is Rikos Beach to us locals. And then of course we go along the Pasidonis Avenue, which again to us locals is the hotels road, and that's where you can find all the hotels which you're going to stay in.
Do you know what I really think? That this road helps a lot to the direction from Katopa. As I understand, my Sherlock Holmes of the orientation doesn't help me at all. But I think now, somewhere here, we're going to Cato Paphos way. And it helps a lot to not to make a big rounds.
Well,
Correct?
once you're on this road, you can't really get off it. So if you find your way to this road, you're going to end up in downtown Cato Paphos.
Yeah.
Pretty much, anyway. And you're going to get a spectacular view. Have a look at that. Bit dusty, bit cloudy today, as you can see. But it's quite common for this time of year. We're in the first week of March, so often there's a couple of weeks of dustiness because the winds are picking up and then shutting down, and then it sends off the dust.
Somebody's
and they're watering the harvest.
The fields.
That's right, they're watering the crops on the side. So spring is upon us. Crops. What did you just say?
You say
crops. Crops. Not what you just said. I tell you, you've got this cockermouth in your mouth, basically.
No.
That's a place out in Cumbria, by the way, just in case you think I'm talking naughty. It is actually a town out in Cumbria way.
I remember Sanding Balls.
What?
Sanding Balls.
Where's that? That's a holiday resort somewhere in the UK as well.
This is somewhere where they want the balls to be polished, so they sanding it and then polishing it.
Right, okay, there we are. I think she's getting obsessed with the body shop again now. So thinking about body shops, that reminds me of our superstar, the one and only Mr. Sean Broad, who normally hangs out with Lord Richard, because yes, he's been promoted now. He's the man in charge of the Marika and Me website. He's got a beautiful partner in crime, and of course her name is Julian Ash. She likes the odd glass of pink gin or two. And of course my mate, the one and only Mr. Leo. And he's not that little, if you understand me. He's as big as me, isn't he?
Can I ask you one thing, Mr. Paul?
Me.
Now you've got an amnesia or what? About 10 minutes ago you said to the dearest family goodbye, and now you go continue.
No, I didn't say goodbye. I said on that note, thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe.
But this is normally our end.
Well, we're mucking it about a bit because we understand that Lord Nigel now clicks off when he hears that, so he can't click off anymore because he understands, well, there's a couple of minutes to go. And a great spectacular view coming up as well.
You can always make fun about my orientation, but I decided to make fun about your amnesation.
My amnesation? Well, I've got amnesia. I'm getting old, remember? I'm going to retire soon.
You know that I love you. Even if you will be 85 years of old and walking with your little stick.
Walking frame or a Zimmer frame.
Even if you forgot the things and you say to me, have you fed me, Marika? And I will tell you, yes, little.
Anyway, have a look at that. That is Rikos Beach.
Wow.
A spectacular view on a spectacular day on a spectacular channel called Marika and Me.
Do you know
So-
the weather is a little bit choppy today?
It's a bit chopsy, but you still got a spectacular view. If you're watching us from Northern Europe, to be honest, I don't think you're going to get a better view than that. Thanks for watching. Let's get the big goodbye from Miss Ochin Gracevia-Lebuc, who for some reason is running away. Where's she going? She's adjusting her attire.
You know, I'm gonna run now 5 kilometers forward and 5 back because I want to lose a little bit of shapes, and I believe that after getting tired my orientation will become much better. We're loving you to bits, and don't forget to come and see another of our madnesses.
Thanks for watching.